Hello, YouTube, and welcome back. We're going to have a momentary flashback here in just a moment, because there was one thing I did immediately after the last episode, which was I sold the vegetable stuff. So you didn't have anything like super duper cutting edge in regard to like getting a seeder or a harvester or any kind of thing like that. But I did want to, just kind of have at that moment be like, hey, here's why I suddenly have $27,000 more dollars. It's because I'm selling this stuff. And so you see that, but that's the whole thing. Now, before you get too excited, you'll notice we're still in December, and that the money hasn't gone up at all since last time. I did wrap up the other episode because I was super tired, and, secrets where secrets are, I'm still going, because, I don't know, I don't make good decisions. But, what I am going to go ahead and do is I'm going to just record this happening, which is I'm committing to the vegetables being gone. So vegetable stuff here, sold. 27,000, so we're at the 103,000. Just wanted to actually have that on camera, so when people are like, where did the other 23,000 come from, or 27,000 come from? That's how numbers work. That is what has happened. So if you look over here, they're gone. If we need farther evidence, that's not the right place to look for that. They're gone. But we got some exciting news, which is also kind of trolly news. And the reason it's kind of trolly news is I do have a harvester available for us at half off. And it's a nice one. And if we look at that one, that's this one. So it's not the smallest one, it's one hair bigger than that, so it has about twice the capacity of the other one, and not quite twice the horsepower. There's not a whole lot of stuff we could do to it. We could just change the tires, and that's about it. And if we look at this, it doesn't have a particularly good header for it. We can only get up to 6 meters, and that's kind of it. So it's not amazing. It's still effectively the same speed as the little teeny tiny one here. That's not what I want to do. That'd be really bad. You see it's like 5 meters for this. So it's actually 1 meter wider, 6 miles per hour. 6 miles per hour. So it's a hair bigger than the smallest. But it will do our crops. So that's a really big deal. Because that does mean, with this, I will be able to go ahead and do it. Now, the thing that I'm saying it's a little bit trolly... Oh, that's a foraging wagon. Never mind. I thought that was a trailer. I was about to be like, man, it's trolly that I can't get both of those and make this work. But, with all that said, we are absolutely buying this thing on the spot right now. Because, seriously, why would I not do that? Okay. So, with that in mind, we are buying the cedar right now. Sorry, not the cedar. I lied. Wait. You could both do soybean? Interesting. Why would I do that one versus the other? That's still fine. It still works. Which, honestly, that doesn't make that much of a difference. That's 1.5 times the size. It only has a tiny bit more capacity. It's not until we get up there that they're significantly better. And then, once we get over here, obviously, sky's the limit. Yeah, so we're getting the tiny one. And we already have a weight, so we don't need that. So we are going to go ahead and get our planter. And I think we should be good for right now. I'm not going to buy the, I'm not going to buy the harvester's header immediately, just in case we get lucky and we get one on discount. The odds are pretty much none that happens, but that'll be a whole thing. So the big goal today is I do need to plow that field. Ooh, okay, how long does it take if we plant the sunflowers? It's till October. What I'm debating is potentially buying the larger plow to make our life easier plowing. Let's see how much our current plow sells for. It'll probably be basically nothing. And we'll see how big of a plow I can get on this. Because this thing only has 170 horsepower, so I can't get, like, the big plow. But getting a slightly larger plow would definitely be nice. So, sell you. Yes. Okay. Do this. Grab our plow. Grab you. Alright. So, it is a good news time. We should still be able to have enough money to get something to happen. Alright. Okay, we did not repair the harvester, which is actually probably a mistake. But that might be something we live now. The big problem we have right now is I don't have a trailer, which does mean we're going to do the incredibly obnoxious thing of I will harvest until my vehicle is full and then drive the harvester up to turn, like, to drop off the stuff. Ooh, that might be a problem. We might not be able to get in there. I mean, it's too late now, so we'll see what happens with that. But that is what it is. I think we go for the soybean, because I would guess that's probably the best payout of what we've got. So let's just take a quick peek here. So we check the prices here. We can go to soybean, 1270, and then we can go to the sunflowers, 800. So I think we do the soybean. We can do that. That's fine. It does suck that it means I'm using a planter for that, but that's, you know, that's whatever. So we'll drop you off because I don't need you right now. And I don't remember which way this is facing. The other way. Alright, so we gotta plow this twice the size. So that's good news. We got our planter. We still have our fertilizer. I may not be able to put out as much as we want. We've got our harvester. And we got enough money sitting aside to be able to do stuff with that harvester. So that'll be a whole big thing. Alright, so with that we've actually gone and got the field plowed. Not a particularly time-costly thing, but considering we only have like a medium-sized plow, that's not too terrible. Just gotta gas up, repair. Then the next thing we'll need to do is do a pass of fertilizer, then seed, then another pass of fertilizer. And we will be good to go with that. Soybeans, yes. So we're doing the soybeans. Soybeans are a cash crop. They don't have much in the way of processes you can do. Oh, you can fertilize at the same time. Well, quick change of plan. It's fine. We will go up here. Go to big pallets. May have rown too close to the sun on that one. Hopefully I won't regret that soon. But the thing I hadn't anticipated was being able to do the fertilizer at the same time as this. Last time I got the seeder and planter early on, they were the ones that didn't have it. So I just didn't even think about that for being the early game. Which is a good thing to have, because that means in the future I don't have to do 2 passes of the solid fertilizer, I only have to do 1. I think we'll still get credit for doing it this way. I don't remember. So what we're going to do is, because I don't actually know if this will work, I believe when you do the fertilizer out of this and you just fertilize the ground, it won't let you like double apply it. So to be clear on that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop right before the field. I'm going to mouse over it, check the fertilizer rate. We're going to do a pass, just like 1 row, and I'm going to double check it and see if it changes. I'm pretty sure it won't work, but I'm hoping it won't consume the fertilizer if it doesn't work. But we'll see. Okay, 60% fertilized. We'll see. I'm hoping this will just work, because it'll just make it way more convenient for me. Yeah, it looks like 50-something. So I don't know the button to turn that thing off, but... Yada yada yada. Alright, so what we're going to need to do is we'll just go over here. We'll kick out the fertilizer and the soybean. We'll just pick back up the soybean seeds. So I just goofed. I didn't realize this thing accepted fertilizer. I forgot which seeder, or planter, not seeder, which planter we had gotten. Alright, we just need to go ahead and top off our seeds and all that good stuff. That is going to be a thing. It looks like I'll have to fill up the seeds, man, like a good 5 times? So the downside of Cedar is slow, which is a little bit of a bummer, but, I mean, that was already a problem we had at the last one. It's not exactly a surprise it's a problem with this one, too. The good point is it does fill up pretty quick. But yeah, so when it comes to upgrades, the Cedar will be an early upgrade. We'll definitely want to get the Cultivator as well, just to make it faster for plowing and all that. But we are going to run into a lot of pain points, but that is just the nature of the challenge. We start with basically no money and try and build up from there. But we'll just get back to doing the soybeans. Okay, and with that we have the seeding done. So let's go ahead and run our planter all the way up and get that repaired, get gassed up. And then all I have left is to do a pass with the fertilizer. And then this field is ready to rock and roll. We don't have to worry about weeding or herbicide or anything like that because we did plow as opposed to cultivate. That is one of the advantages of plowing. Generally, cultivating is way more time efficient, though. But for the moment, we're just going to race up here, get patched up, move on. Oh, right. I was sitting there looking at my money going, wait a second, why do I have like 50-something more bucks than I did before I started that? Right, we have the greenhouse set to selling again. So it must have just sold like a thing of strawberries or something. That's effectively come like, not passive, I still have to like put water and stuff in it, but a relatively low effort trickle income. So it doesn't give me much of like real money, but it does mean if I were to say like, say I goof up and I can't buy the header and all of this crop goes to waste, we're not like fully doomed or whatever. That would be a huge loss though. Oh, I also never, ever repaint the vehicles. Not because, like, one, it's expensive. But honestly, I personally find the vehicles look far more interesting and all that, where they're all chipped and scratched up. I actually wish they would let us have them get more scratched up. I understand it's probably dealing with the fact that they're using actual brands and they have agreements with them and yada yada. But to me, it's far more interesting when you see the tractor and, like, all the corners, the paint's gotten all scratched off and all that, and you have a bunch of like that. Because very genuinely, when you're looking at, like, a tractor that's actually used, it's not going to look meticulous. Like, literally driving it out to the field, it's already going to end up with, like, some scratches and dents in it. Just, it's a working vehicle. It's going to have rocks chipped up and thrown at it. It's going to have stuff like scratch the paint. They drive through the fields where they have all the crops like brushing against the sides of it as they go through. It is going to just scuff up the paint. You know, you're wrong, farmers will go through and actually like touch up the scratches so that the metal doesn't start taking rust and whatnot. But it's not like they're going to sit there at the end of every season, get out the paint buckets and all that and like properly like recode everything. They're gonna surface. They're just gonna do what is necessary to keep it functioning and sound. But yeah, so I'll probably just get a later on I'll have the workers do this part because it's real fast. I'm hoping they do good at this. I do know the sprayers, the AI is really pretty wretchedly awful at. You could set up like the perfect field and they'll just stop up halfway, and it's not like there's like an obstacle there. That's always usually what people are like, oh, we just missed a tree trunk. But I've literally, as a test, brought up there was a map that was literally empty and flat. That's like what the entire map was. It just had one corner, there was the shop, and everything was just open, flat land. It's a very boring map, but you can kind of make what you want with it, which is fun. But I did the test where it's like, there's literally nothing here. It's perfectly level. It's perfectly flat. You know, plowed the field, and then had the sprayer try and go, and it still went halfway down one of the rows, stopped, turned around, and it's just like, but why? It is one of those things that, kind of unfortunately, the reality is, you're going to want to use, like for your sprayers, if you want your workers to do it, you're probably going to use something like Courseplay or Guided Steering or one of the mods to do that. Alright, so I'm still not going to bother repairing the fertilizer. This thing, like, no noticeable damage to it whatsoever. Eventually I will need to repair it because it'll become less and less efficient. But, with that said, it would appear that we've got ourselves a field. So if we look at this, it should be fully fertilized. Yeah, so you get a bonus, yield bonus about 80%, and that's because we didn't roll and we don't have the lime. So lime counts for, I think it's about 15%, and the rolling would be 2 passes going to about 5%. You both have water. So with all that said, thank you so much for tuning in. This is what we get done in this in-game day. So the things we've got going on now that I got to worry about is I need to buy for our harvester, which was this one. Let's double check which one I even have. The 4090H. All right. So is it literally just that one? But yeah, so we'll want to get the was it that one? For some reason I'm second guessing this. Wait, let's double check this. Yeah, no, it's the 4090H. So it's not that one. What? I am so confused. Don't you be a foraging wagon. Don't you be a foraging harvester. Okay, what? Okay, it is the one. It's probably just got a different engine or something in it. But yeah, so we want to go ahead and get that. So that'll be good. Yeah, so we need the 30,000. We're down to about 20,000 because of the cost of everything we've got going on. We can sell stuff potentially to make the difference. We also have the option of trying to get other stuff out here. I am hoping we won't have to. Realistically, I think I would sell the trailer. I might have to give up the spreader, but I do think we can make it work. With all that said, thanks so much for tuning in. I do hope to see you in the next one, where we are going to harvest this, get our money for it, and do it all over again. And we'll see how much money we make. It should be soybean. It's pretty close to maxed out what we could get for a yield, so that should be pretty good. Anyways, thank you again for tuning in, and good night.